That's it. Good.
All right, guys and gals and everybody in between. Welcome to Arizona for Sasquatchers Experience. This is Crazy Town. It's still the 29th. We're getting ready for the night sit. And just thought I'd come on here and babble a little bit. There's a lot of stuff in the world of Sasquatch, and a lot of long set ideas. One that I just want to briefly talk on, and once again, this is just my opinion. My opinion comes from a lot of time out in the field and a little common sense. I want to talk about the wood knocks. I've talked about this several times on my channel, the Arizona Squatch. But I know there's going to be a lot of you on here that have not been on my channel, and so I'm just going to give you a real quick point of view on this. Myself, I don't believe that they're out running around through the forest beating on trees with sticks. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know who started this. I don't know why I understand why it started, because they do sound like Louisville sluggers hitting the side of trees. That's the truth. That's what it sounds like, and so that's probably why that all started. But because of things that I've experienced out here in the wild with the forest people, has led me to the conclusion that they're not walking around carrying billy clubs or baseball bats to beat on a tree, and hoping that somebody else, 300 yards away, hears them beating on a tree, and then they turn around and they beat on a tree. A little common sense involved in this. They have very large hands, or the big ones do. The small ones have small hands. But
Kev.
yeah, I mean, it's simple observation.
Common sense.
But if you got somebody I'll just take somebody who's 8 foot tall, and they've got large hands, and they've got extreme power. Yeah, they clap their hands. I can mimic the sound. I can do a pretty good wood knock with a clap. So just something to think about. Maybe they're not beating on trees with sticks. Maybe they're just clapping their hands. Yeah, so this is one of the things that I want to do with this channel is to provoke thought instead of, just running down through the gambit of this like sheep and going, oh yeah, they're wood knocking, or well, they're knocking on trees. I don't believe that's the case. I've had way too many experiences with it that leads me, to believe that they're clapping their hands. Makes absolute sense. But anyway, so that's my little 2 cents on this. We're just sitting around waiting for for things to start kicking off, and thought we'd shoot a quick video. And this is our final night out here. I'm sure that before we pack up in the morning, we'll get a non-fireside chat going on, and let you know how tonight went. I'm excited for tonight. I kind of half suspect that after the night we had last night, that tonight will probably be a little better. And that's what I'm hoping for. But they do what they do when they do it. So there it is. I'm gonna journey this over to Chris. Have at it, Chris. Speak up or don't.
Oh, I didn't know we were going to talk about wood knocks.
You can talk about whatever you want.
Oh, I'll piggyback on that. I think, in my experience around this phenomenon, there's a generational shift in the way people approach this whole thing. I think exactly. I think a lot of so I always think like the first generation Sasquatch researchers were primarily all of them were apers, were people that believed that they were looking for some sort of lost North American primate. And, that's understandable. I mean, it really is. Like, I don't, sit there and mock that, but, as I think as interest in this and different approaches grew, some of that, if you're looking for maybe a somewhat more advanced primate that maybe had a primitive form of communication of beating upon a tree, well, that would make sense to somebody, But I think that I've seen a sea change in the beliefs about what these things may or may not be. And one of those things that there's an absolutely, for lack of a better term, paranormal element to this whole thing. And I have never believed, and I don't know that any of us have ever believed that these were some sort of undiscovered ape. I mean, I've said it before, that just doesn't hold up under any type of scrutiny. And, just go by the majority of witness accounts, and that kind of puts that to bed. I know there's a couple people that still cling to that narrative, and, nobody's ever been proven right or wrong in this thing, period. It's just what, in our experiences, we've come to dismiss that. As far as the woodknocks go, I don't know if they're clapping their hands, and I don't believe they're beating on trees. I don't know if it's not just something else that we haven't. I mean, nobody's ever seen it. Nobody's ever seen a Bigfoot beat on a tree. No one's ever seen a Bigfoot clap their hands. I mean, we don't know. That's possibly what it could be too. So I think that's all. I think, like I say, most of these things, I think the jury's still out and probably going to be out for a long time. As far as tonight goes, last night wasn't a very active night, and there's no guarantees with any of it. I think we're always hopeful that we get some interaction. We do probably more often than we don't. That's for sure. But either way, this is such a beautiful place to be. There's a great energy in this camp and a great vibe, and as there always is when the Arizona 4 convenes in whatever iteration that looks like. We bring a good vibe to the table, I think, and I love being part of it. So I don't know. I don't have much more to say on the matter. I think we'll wait and see how it goes, and we'll probably catch up and review tomorrow on film. So anyway, peace out. Love you guys, and talk to you later. Robbie, you got anything you want to add?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Rob's a deep thinker. All right, Kev.
All right, everybody. So, just a quick ramble as I fall in the fire pit. As always, the Arizona 4, peace out.